ain't nothing abstract. Playing outside till it was dinner time. Ghost in the graveyard on a summer night. Lay back, never in a hurry then.
Guess what day it is? It's fucking story time, fella! Woo! Why do I get to get stuck behind this slow ass motherfucker? Holy shit! Why are you stopping? It's Kermit. Ooh, it's Corvettes. So I'm going to a car meet tomorrow. I'm so excited. Get some good video. I want to let you know I'm now recording in 1080p 60 frames per second. I don't think you have any fucking clue if that makes... I don't know. Does it make a difference? I don't know. You fucking tell me, because I don't fucking know. All I know is it uses a shit ton more memory than it does in 30 frames. So, anyway, today's story, I am going to tell you about a really cool search and rescue mission that I was a part of. It all started back in 1951. When it actually started was when I was in the Coast Guard. For those of you that don't know, I was a aviation mechanical technician. I worked on helicopters, more specifically the MH-65 Charlie helicopter, or the Dolphin, whichever one you want to prefer to call it. But that helicopter, at the time I was a flight mechanic. A flight mechanic basically means that you can hoist people, or you're hoisting qualified. So, it's fucking hot. Scooter! She's passing me. I gotta do something about that. Basically, I was staying on duty at this night, and during this particular evening, there was a gentleman that decided he wanted to go hiking in the mountains. Got to a certain point in the mountain, he slipped and ended up falling down, and his fall was actually quite steep. It was like a 50-foot cliff, like straight down. I don't know how the fucker survived, but he broke both his fucking legs. And we're not talking like, oh, you know, he had a hairline fracture shit. No, we're talking about like snapped that bitch in half. And not only did he snap a bone, but he snapped the bone. The big motherfucker. I think it's called the femur. We're going with the femur. This guy was fucked up. So we got the little SAR alarm and goes, woo, woo, woo. And I was like, I don't know, it was like midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. All I remember is I was fucking tired, and it was like, I don't know, this is probably about 5 years ago, something stupid like that. This happened at, you know, super late. I was tired, so I get out, I hear the alarm, I get up, I check the plane real quick. We do like a quick tour of the plane, make sure it's not gonna fucking fall out of the sky on us. Oh hell. That's fucking bad. We start looking at the plane. Everything's tip top, looks okay. And we decide we're gonna go. We start taking off. We started heading over there. The rest of it's kind of fucking boring. You know, it's a fucking helicopter, riding in a helicopter. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I mean, like, to you it might be cool, but to me I was like, oh, it's fucking old, you know, like, I don't know. Probably because I flew in them for, I don't know, a couple thousand flight hours, something stupid like that. It gets boring, but whatever. We arrive on scene, and where this was at, it was actually like, it was a mountain, and there's like a little small town at the valley. It was like kind of like in between a bunch of mountains, but there's a little small town in the valley, so we kind of have to find him, because obviously we don't have like an exact location. We just know he's at a fucking mountain when there's like 10 mountains, and we have a general idea where he is, so we start looking for him. Well, we end up seeing some lights, so we, you know, come up on scene, Turns out this fucker is in like a little concave. It's a little shit show for a helicopter. I mean, we're talking like, it looks like this, and we had to fit our helicopter in that bitch. It was scary. Like, it was actually really scary because we come to a stable hover, probably, I don't know, 200 feet off the ground. The trees are like fucking 150 feet. It was something stupid. Like, the trees were gnarly tall. I don't know, like, you see those trees back there? Well, that shit is nothing compared to these trees. They're huge. So we get to a stable hover, and I shit you not, our rotor blades, our rotor wash on the helicopter looks like it's fucking inches from the mountain, and it's scaring the fuck out of me. Because I mean, you imagine you connect with that shit, guess what? You're going down. You know, so I'm sitting there and I'm telling the pilots going, you know, back left 5, back left 10, and it's part of our spiel, something we have to do, part of our job. So, because I'm freaking out, I'm thinking we're like going to hit this fucking mountain. So we decide, you know, collectively, me, swimmer, pilots, were like, yeah, this is too close. So we're like, fuck it. We decided we're gonna back off. I think we went port side for, I don't know, probably about 50 feet, maybe 100 feet, something like that. And we found another clearing, so we decided we're going to drop the swimmer there. We started hoisting the swimmer, and oh my god, like we only have, God, it's been so many years, but I'm pretty sure it's 255 feet of usable line on our hoist. I could be fucking wrong with that, so if I'm wrong, don't fucking get pissy with me, but I'm like 99.9% certain. But I've been out for shit 4 or 5 years, so you know, my memory could have escaped me because I don't have to memorize that shit anymore. We start hoisting the swimmer. It takes like fucking 5 minutes because a hoist doesn't go as fast as you may think it does. It's not like we just like, no, it's not like that. We get him to the ground safely, thank God. But so he disconnects, gives us okay. So I start hoisting back up, making sure I don't get the line all tangled up in the fucking trees on the way up. And he goes up to the guy. Again, this guy's fucked up. Like, holy shit. At this point, I remember the scariest part is we were probably sitting at 20 minutes to bingo. Now, if you don't know what bingo is, it basically means that you set a designated amount of fuel for your arrival home. So, like, let's say that you want 200 pounds of fuel, which is typically what we normally go with, 300 pounds of fuel. Which means we have roughly about 15 minutes of flight time, roughly, give or take a few minutes.
Does it hurt your back?
Oh, no.
Because you always stand up, but I guess it's the leaning over would make it hard.
Oh, no, I just stand up just because it's more comfortable. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right.
All right.
You take her easy.
Enjoy the ride.
Oh, definitely.
Out there.
You know, the swimmer goes to the guy, finds out, yeah, he's pretty fucked up, we need to give him medical attention. I guess, we don't know if there's any internal bleeding at the time, but we know that the guy needs to get to the hospital. So he takes him, he drags this guy, I mean, obviously, on a stretcher. So he drags this guy on the stretcher, goes about 100 feet, like I said, down the hillside of this mountain, gets us to the clearing, start hoisting, get this guy all hooked up and ready to go. At this time, we're like sitting at 10 minutes of bingo. And so it starts freaking me the fuck out because the swimmer's still on the deck. I got the guy halfway up the line. And we're going like, oh shit, we might not have enough fuel to get back home. So we sat there for, I don't know, like 10 seconds trying to decide whether or not we're going to leave the swimmer on the face of this fucking mountain where he's probably a good 2-3 miles walking distance to the next closest freaking thing. We're like, fuck it, you know what, we'll just lower the bingo to like 150 pounds. We just lowered it, and 150 pounds is a very small amount of fuel. I get the hoist down to the swimmer, start picking the fucking swimmer up, and then of course, right at that moment, we get a nice gust of wind. This fucking swimmer goes swinging, almost knocks out one of the fucking trees. I mean, I have him probably 100 feet up, but it's like a massive pendulum. You don't really have any control of it outside of tell them where the pilot's to go, and hoping to God that you can kind of counter the pendulum effect. So, scares the shit out of me. But anyway, after the swimmer damn near gets his fucking head knocked off by the tree, we get him up, gets into the plane, we start flying away. No hiccups, no problems, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was actually a pretty smooth ride after that. We get this guy back to the hospital. We start landing, and I shit you not, we got 100 pounds of fuel, probably 5 minutes of flight time, and we get the thing shut down, ready to go. And it turned out to be a pretty fantastic search and rescue mission. So the guy gets back to the hospital, he gets the care that he needs, and turns out he's absolutely fine.
Yeah.